so let's get started with the thing that the people have been talking about, and it has to do with a statement credited to Bill Gates, one of the world's richest men. Of course, he's in Nigeria for the Nutri Vision. He's been advocating against hunger, especially among children and all of that. But he said for Nigeria to fulfill our potential, our tax collection is quite low. If we need to fix things like health and education, and then the tax collection is quite low. Well, Nigerians are literally, struggling
beneath the weight of taxes, right?
The weight of taxes and multiple taxes, which is why the Fiscal Tax Reform Committee is trying to work out how all of this can be reduced to the barest minimum for everybody to appreciate what is coming in 2025. But let's hear what you're saying. Ben Samuel says, wrong. You can't tax the unemployed or those earning a minimum wage of 70,000 naira, considering the number of working Nigerians, and with electricity tariffs and fuel prices already straining citizens, it's not feasible.
Adele also says, that's Adele Lawal. He says he may be just right. Rich Nigerians are not paying enough taxes in relation to their income. The tax burden is mostly borne by the poor in Nigeria. And
that's a fact. That's what the Taiwo Yedele said. The rich don't pay as much tax as the poor, which is why they are reviewing all of this. And of course, there's a lot of leakages when it comes to taxes. He said last year, for instance, the total collection of levies and all of that across the 36 states and the FCT was about 50 billion. And then imagine all the monies you've been paying, harassed literally by these, some touts sometimes. Where does the money go to? Somebody's pocket.
Yeah, but we must also remind the administration about President Tinubu's promise that they're going to tax wealth and not the poor. Yeah. So all of those recommendations that the tax committee made, have they been implemented in the first place to reflect the new approach to administering taxes in Nigeria? It's on the table.
It's on the table according to him, and some things will be fixed by the National Assembly. La Roca, you say absolutely true, and we'll go further to say minimum 90% of Nigeria pay less than 20% of their gross income in direct taxes.
And Bakasine says, the man doesn't understand that the problem is not about the tax collection, but the tax collectors. Do they remit the tax appropriately to the government account?
Yeah, that's a big question. Robert Andrew has this to say. May they increase time to 50%, I beg. If you earn 50K, make your take home be 25K.
I believe that's some sarcasm there. Well, this is from Ibn Sabil, who says tax collection is too low. How, Ogami? Just come and sell all of us. If they want to be sincere, only the rich should be taxed in Nigeria. The poor should actually be allowed to breathe original air and not the scam we're breathing now.
Ironically, it is the rich that is not paying as much taxes. That's the truth from the experts. Godwin Ibade says he's very right. Nigerians have become too rich and wealthier since Tinubu came to power. Increasing tax and paying back the country's a patriotic act. Please note the APC rules are tax exempt. The sarcasm is just all over.
All over,
It's
right?
all over the place. It's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Let's move on to something else, Bukola. And that has to do with still Dangote and Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bill Gates and Dangote attending NEC meeting in Abuja, in Aso Rock, chaired by the vice president. And people are reacting. Hausa tech guys say, we hope the meeting is for the betterment of Nigeria.
Okay, that's just it. Okay, Sir K 3024 says Bill Gates attend NEC meeting to tell them that our tax is too low. Ola needs. Why is Bill Gates joining NEC meeting? Okay, that's the next talking point.
Yeah, why is Bill Gates joining NEC meeting? Can I tell Ola Dangote then go join US NEC meeting?
Well, valid questions from Nigerians there. And this one is from Obedient Man, who says, please, under which capacity is Bill Gates there? Can you try it in the US? Imagine Dangote going in there in the US NEC meeting.
I don't know, maybe you want to make a presentation.
Maybe, don't know. Just maybe.
All right, tricycle operators staging protests as petrol hits 1,200 naira in Kano. Boy. Bukola, you take the next one.
Yes, and this one is from Buoyant, who says, buying the fuel at that price is not even the problem. The problem is it will further inflate the already inflated food prices, then more hunger. And that's exactly the problem. The fact that the price has gone up, it will have a ricochet effect on every other commodity in the economy. That is a problem.
Bigger
and
problem.
so if it's being sold for 1,200 naira in Kano, what about further down the north? How much are you buying petrol? Let's know.
Okay.
More of your comments.
Igigi, Destiny DSTY, you say, we're getting there. Abuja, Lagos will sell for 1.3, while Kano will sell for 1.5 to 1,007. Then we have arrived.
This is sad. Maker says, ordinary 1,200 naira per liter. You people are giving this government a bad name. Sarcasm.
Okay, China has agreed to help Nigeria fight money laundering. The president is in China. He met with Xi Jinping yesterday. And there's a forum between China and Africa ahead of UNGA. So some of the outcome of that meeting with the Chinese president and leader is what we're talking about. Some understanding and signing of agreement have come on. And some people are saying that, look, instead of doing some of these things, let's housekeep first before we start attracting people. But everybody with their own kettle of fish. Idris, a no PhD, says, okay, Idris Oni said, just give us a manual of how to deal with corruption.
Well, Captain says, let's start by emulating the Chinese law on corruption. Capital punishment.
A lot of politicians actually will go down if this is happening. Okay, Professor Edwin Ijoma said Nigerians has the capability to fight money laundering and equal development partnership through import and export trade negotiations. How would Nigeria's product become more internationally competitive to enabling closing the country's widening balance of payments with China?
Valid questions there. Eze Chukwu Mich 4 says the Nigerian banking system is substandard and lacks modernization. The federal government should take steps to control cash circulation so that transactions going through banks can be traced and monitored. If criminals know that it's difficult to access cash, they will think twice before demanding it.
So there's a lot going on your mind, and we are seeing all of it. If time permits us, we're going to take more later on the show, but those are the ones we can actually bring to the fore. We thank you as always. Please don't stop. Bring it on X, on Twitter. Okay, on X, I've said that. No longer Twitter, as well as on WhatsApp, as much as possible, Bukola.
Yes, so speaking of the economy, that's where we're going to be taking off from and asking those questions that are really agitating your mind as the program continues to unfold. That will be after the...